We're always told to find our passion, as if it's some kind of lost object, like your car keys, that you just need to search hard enough for. But what if that's completely the wrong way to think about it? Today, we're going to talk about how to stop searching and start building a passionate life one habit at a time.
So let me just ask you this question right out of the gate. What are you passionate about? It sounds so simple, right? But for so many of us, that question can feel like a pop quiz you are just never, ever ready for. The pressure to have one perfect answer can be totally paralyzing.
Yeah, if that question just made your stomach do a little flip, hey, you're in very good company. That feeling is super common. And it's not just a feeling. The numbers actually back this up in a pretty big way.
Get a load of this. A Deloitte study found that only 13% of people are passionate about their work. I mean, that's wild, isn't it? It means the huge majority of us are spending so much of our lives feeling, well, kind of disconnected. But it really, really doesn't have to be that way. The solution here isn't some secret trick. It's a really fundamental shift in your mindset. See, passion isn't a treasure you find after a long hunt. It's more like a garden you grow. You get to choose the seeds, you water them, and you patiently help them grow into something amazing. So how do we start planting this garden of passion? Well, we're going to walk through 5 pretty simple habits that can help you connect with what truly lights you up. We'll start by looking inward, and then we'll shift to looking outward at how you can bring that passion into the world.
Okay, first stop is what we're calling the inner journey. I want you to think of yourself as an archaeologist, digging into your own past to uncover some hidden gems. These first few habits are all about rediscovering things that once brought you pure joy.
So let's kick things off with a little trip back in time, back to your childhood. But we're not just getting nostalgic here, we're on the hunt for clues. And there's a really important distinction we need to make.
I want you to forget about what you wanted to be. A ballet dancer, a doctor, or whatever. We're interested in what you genuinely love to do. What were the activities where you just totally lost track of time? Were you drawing, writing, building forts? Those are the breadcrumbs that lead back to your authentic self. Life coach Laura Berman-Fortgang calls these interrupted dreams. They're the passions we kind of packed away in a box because someone, maybe a parent, a teacher, or even ourselves, told us they weren't practical. But guess what? Those dreams are still in there, just waiting to be unpacked.
Don't just look back at these memories. Her advice is to mine the memories there. Bring them into your life right now. Sign up for that pottery class you always dreamed about. Join a local writing group. Dust off that old instrument. Just see how it feels to connect with that part of you again.
Now, if digging into your past feels a little bit like fumbling around in the dark, don't worry, there are tools that can act like a flashlight, shining a light on your natural talents. And that's where self-awareness assessments come into play. Assessments like StrengthsFinder can be amazing. They can reveal these superpowers you have that you didn't even know were special. The things that come so easily to you, you just assume everyone can do them. But nope, that's what makes you unique.
But here is a really, really important warning. Talent is not the same thing as passion. Being good at something doesn't automatically mean you love it. Think of your talents like tools in a toolbox. They're useful for building a life you love, but they aren't the blueprint itself.
All right, now let's talk about looking for the golden threads that weave through your life. These are the recurring themes, the interests that just keep popping up again and again. From the books you can't put down to the movies you'll watch 100 times. What are those patterns?
Just look at this example. See how this person's golden thread weaves through their entire life? It starts with a simple childhood interest in myths, and it blossoms into a truly fulfilling career. So what's the thread that connects the different chapters of your life? Okay, so we've done the inner work. Now it's time to take all that amazing self-knowledge and actually put it into action. This is the outer journey. This is where we figure out how to bring your passion out into the world.
You ever been so lost in doing something that you look up and hours have passed? That magical state is what psychologists call a flow state. It is a huge flashing sign that you're deeply engaged and totally in sync with what you're doing.
Seriously, take a second. When's the last time you were so wrapped up in an activity that you maybe even forgot to eat lunch? What were you doing? Who were you with? Those moments, they hold the keys to your passion.
And here's the last habit, and it's a big one. This journey of self-discovery is not a solo mission. You need to find your passion partner, someone who believes in you, who can be a mirror and reflect your own brilliance back to you. This could be a friend, a mentor, anyone. Ask them, when have you seen me the most alive?
the most lit up. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage you to follow your bliss, as the great Joseph Campbell said, well, that can make all the difference in the world.
So, after all this, what's the big takeaway? It's really important to get this. It's not about quitting your job to become a full-time painter or musician, unless, of course, that's what you truly want. The real goal is to weave your passion into your life in a way that feels right and sustainable for you. Just think about this story of a woman who found her passion volunteering with at-risk youth. Her day job wasn't just a way to pay the bills. It was the engine that allowed her to live out her purpose. She was enthusiastic about both. It's all about finding that amazing synergy between your work and your passion. Ultimately, this whole thing is about so much more than just finding a hobby. It's about living a life that feels honest and true to who you are. So I'll leave you with this incredible question from the poet Mary Oliver. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?